50 years of Grace College soccer. This is an exciting time to be a part of this program. When I think of our team and I think of this program over the last 50 years, I tend to think of the individual people that were involved. As a coach, my greatest joy is the day-to-day things. It's the preseasons. It's the everyday practices. Those are the moments where you really see who people are, and you see the sacrifice in the routine every day. And I think, in 1969 we landed a man on the moon, and Grace Soccer started before that. So those kind of things. 50 years is a long time, and I think it's pretty special. I think it's also important to recognize people who have gone before us. There have been a lot of notable achievements. When I look at the record books, most of those records were set by guys in those early years. I think of a guy like Paul Henning, who most career points, most goals, and then Bob Galt followed him in goals. But a lot of these achievements by some of these guys, they're pretty special. And we want to remember those things. It's important to remember them.
I'm Steve Grill, and I came to Grace as a freshman in 1966. I'm always proud to say I played in the first official Grace soccer game. Think about 50 years ago, relatively few schools played soccer, so there were few fans who understood the game. What was interesting at Grace is not all of those of us who played understood the game either. But basically, in the beginning, we had athletes who were transitioning from either having played high school football or were members of the Grace basketball or track teams. I want to make clear, though, there were legitimate soccer stars from the very beginning. A fellow by the name of Bob Dowdy played 2 years at Grace and then transferred and became a star for Indiana University. Jean-Pierre Makieff from France was our first scoring star. So mixed in with this conglomeration, there were some soccer players.
I do know that as believers that our identity is with Christ, and first and foremost, number one, and frankly that's why I'm now involved again with the program. But I will say there's another level, and that is an identity as an athlete, and that is an important thing. It helped to shape my life and gave me opportunity to work with other people, to realize that I could be pretty good at something and that I fit in a place that I wasn't sure that I fit at the time. And so there was a lot of personal growth over those years as I look back upon it.
I think it's always around alumni weekends and when we have alumni get-togethers where I'm just reminded of the bond there is between all the guys that have played Grace soccer over the years, whether it was 20 years before me or 5-10 years after me. Definitely makes me proud to wear the jersey. I mean, putting on the uniform meant a lot of different things. Obviously it meant it's game day, it's time to get after it. I always had a perspective of the guys that went before me. I think part of that is because there was such a strong upperclassman presence when I came to Grace as a freshman, and there were a lot of alumni around, and so there was a strong connection to the alumni. You really did feel a sense of pride putting on the uniform because you wanted to perform at your best.
When I talk to the guys who were here in those early years, one common theme runs true, that their team was like a family, that the coaches and the players just loved being there. And I think that's something that has stayed true to this day.
When I came here as a freshman, I had no concept of accountability or even talking on a spiritual level with other guys. So to come to Grace and right away be influenced by older guys on the team who cared about more than just the field. I mean, we cared about results. But, you know, to have a Bible study with guys and have Wednesday night prayer group with guys on the team, just kind of opened my eyes to a whole new world, deeper relationship with brothers that I had never experienced before.
We want our guys to go on from this place to be faithful husbands, dads, faithful employees. But these 4 years go really fast, but their impact is great. Just being here at Grace College, I know, is life-changing for a lot of guys. Just allowing the Lord to work in their lives over these last 50 years, and now seeing guys who have graduated and moved on and who are now investing in the program. It's pretty neat what's happened over these last 50 years.
But I think of people with whom I played 50 years ago who went on to wonderful ministries as pastors, Christian school teachers and coaches, missionaries, and to follow their careers post-Grace soccer gives me just a warm feeling. It reminds me what Grace is all about.
Former coaches, former players, all of you guys who were a part of this program over these last 50 years, I just want to say thank you to you for all these beautiful memories that you've allowed to take place over these last years. The way that you guys have supported our current team has been awesome too, and I just want to say thank you to you for all of these great memories, and I hope you enjoy this celebration of 50 years.